Hey everybody.
Hi.
Here we are back in Charleston, West Virginia. No, I'm happy to be home. But
we did have a good time.
we had a great time.
Even with all the don't do this and wear this mask and this isn't open, it was still a really, really good trip.
It was. We did 4 parks in 4 days.
Yep.
We did get there the day before and we did Disney Springs that afternoon and evening.
Yep.
But there are some things that are different.
Yep.
And we know that I have been reached out to a couple times by a couple different people saying, hey, we were thinking about going to Disney this year. Do you think it'll be worth it? Most of the people that have asked me because of their children. And a couple of them even wanted to take their kids on their first trip to Disney this year. To that I say, don't do it.
No. No, because there's a lot of the magic is not there. All the meet and greets are gone.
There are no meet and greets.
Yeah,
now,
they do cavalcade parades, which is basically you have dancers in front, you have a float with 3, 4, 5 maybe characters, and then dancers in the back, and they play the music and they go
well,
back.
and that is if there's no rain.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
The day we were at the Magic Kingdom, it started raining at about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, about 2:30.
2:30.
Yeah.
Okay. And so after that,
there was no parade.
there was nothing. There was a rainy day cavalcade. They do have one set up. And honestly, we didn't get to see that. Hunter did, and I think he got some pictures of that, so you'll see that when we get to our Magic Kingdom Day vlog. But, so, my first recommendation would be, if you want to take your kids to the Magic Kingdom this year, and it's their first trip, I would say no.
Or just know that a lot of the things are not going to be there.
The thing is, with kids being little, you're limited on rides anyway because of height requirements. And kids love characters. I mean, let's be honest. Kids of all ages love characters. We look forward to that. Our last trip, we did a whole princess thing. Yeah. Greg met all the princesses, you know.
I have my picture taken with every Disney princess.
And so
it was just fun.
It is fun. And some of our best times have been in those meet and greets. Joy and sadness.
Oh, yeah. My
gosh, they don't even talk. They aren't face characters. They're in costume. But I felt like I had a conversation with them before I left. It was just bubbly. It was great. And so, well, obviously not sadness, just joy. But but anyway, yeah. So that's just going to take away from that.
Yeah.
So all you have left are some rides, really. Because kids don't care about the food like parents do. And so, yeah. I just don't think it's a good year for a first trip. I do believe that Disney will be back to full
soon.
Yeah. And I would wait till then. Now, if you are going on a trip
just to preface it, if you don't know, we have a child, but our child turned 21. That was the reason for this trip. So he's not like a baby.
Yeah.
And you know, so that when
he's
we
a
say,
man child.
Yeah. So you know, that's different than taking a 2 or 3 year old to go meet Mickey.
Or even if you have a teenager or middle school age child who's been to Disney several times, and they're not all about meeting the characters, but they're about the rides, and they meet the height requirements. I would definitely say it might be something you'd want to do. But keep in mind that what you're paying for is a smaller crowd.
Yeah.
And to me, that was worth a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we got our picture taken in front, and a lot of people did, in front of the Walt and Mickey statue. And there was nobody between Walt and Mickey and the castle. I mean, there was just times when there was just empty, I mean, where people normally were walking and it was packed, there was nobody there. And, so if you're going to ride the rides, definitely go now.
Good time to go.
I mean, they've got some good deals, and because they didn't get a turnout like they thought they did.
I don't think so. But also, talking about having our picture taken, we did in our package get the memory maker.
Yeah.
And I would tell you to really consider that. You will watch our vlogs, I'm sure, from those days and see the pictures we had and we got. They were good, the ones we got, and they did their best at adding little magical touches. You know, there was one in Pandora where there was a banshee flying in the sky above us, you know, or they put Tinkerbell in your hand or whatever. They added magical touches to a number of them. But the thing is, you're in a mask.
Yep.
And you can't take that mask off.
There wasn't that many photographers.
Right, there weren't a ton.
You know, normally they're you know, you take 20 steps and you find a photographer who wants to take your picture, and it makes it well worth it because it's about $190. $180, $190 for that memory maker package.
Right.
And, you know, we came back last time and had a boatload of pictures. This time we had a lot.
We had a lot of pictures.
But we had more, there was more photographers.
But there are a lot of the same pictures,
yeah.
I felt like.
But there was more photographers in Magic Kingdom than there were any of the other parks that we saw.
Yeah.
Because we stopped at every one we seen. We would even go back, if we passed one, we went back. So, you know, to make it worth it, you have to do that. And in a case like this, you know, I mean, we did get some good pictures.
And they are, but we, like I said, we have masks on.
We have masks on. They wouldn't let you take your mask off.
No. So, I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. For us, maybe, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have any documentation of the three of us together, where we're vlogging and doing live feeds and Instagramming. There's no way to get a picture of all of us together.
Right.
So
just think about that.
That's really a personal decision.
It's not as accessible. You don't get as many pictures as you normally would spending the $180, $190 for that package.
Yeah.
You do get all your ride photos.
You do.
But if your mask slips down and your nose is exposed, you don't get that ride picture.
Definitely.
They take it
any
out.
picture they take, that your nose, you know.
If you don't have a mask on,
isn't on right. And Greg had awful trouble toward the end with his mask. He had one that he preferred, and as the week went on, the elastic got stretched out, and it would slip off his nose. He didn't even know it. So we were always like, make sure your mask is up so we get our picture.
Which brings us to masks.
Okay, well, go ahead.
The masks were inconvenient because there was days there where the feel-like temperature was 104 degrees, and Melinda didn't have a big problem with the mask. I wear glasses.
Oh.
And
I do too. Yeah. I switch back and forth. And it does fog bad.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, I mean, my glasses fogged up all the time. And
that's inconvenient on some rides.
Right. And there's, you know, I mean, and this is, this is your choice, but that may be something you might not want to do. If you're not comfortable wearing a mask all day long, because the only time you can not have a mask on is when you're sitting down, stationary, eating or drinking, or in one of the relaxation spots that they have set aside. But other than that, you have to have that mask on. And
they are watching. They have plenty of cast members, and they're nice about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one time, I came out of, we were, for Hunter's birthday, we went to Oga's Canteen in Galaxy's Edge for his birthday. And I came out. I didn't even put my mask on. Like, I totally forgot. And nobody said anything to me there. But a few steps down, it was like, oh, you need your mask. I totally just forgot. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't mean to, you know, I just forgot. And so I immediately was like, where'd I put that? Found it, put it on. If your mask, if you forgot to pull it up.
They tell you to cover your nose.
Even little ones. There were kids in strollers. Because if you're 2 or over, you have to wear it.
Yeah.
And there were kids in strollers that they were going, hey, big guy, I need you to wear that mask from here to here. You know, so they're real nice about it, but it is the rule and it is their property.
Yeah.
And if you want to be there, you've got to follow that.
You've got to follow it. And, you know, it's just, if you're not comfortable going out half the day where you live and wearing a mask, you're not going to be comfortable at Disney.
No, not at all.
Because you have to have that mask on.
And so the mask leads me to social distancing. Social distancing was not a problem. And in the line.
Well, it wasn't a problem overall, but you have to realize, like, Hollywood Studios is a smaller park.
It is.
And everybody who was there wanted to be in Star Wars Land. They had cast members going around reminding people to social distance,
and there was recording every so often.
But there was not in Star Wars Land, unless you were in a line. There wasn't a whole lot of social distancing because there just wasn't the room. I mean,
I wasn't in there as much as them because at one point I had to go back to the room.
But there was more people there. But then later in the evening, the crowds stand out because with their diminished capacity. And we've heard numbers, or I've heard numbers from 10% to 25%.
Yeah.
And so, but there's not any hard numbers that they've given, so we can't tell you, they're at 25% capacity or they're at 10%. But I can tell you, most of the rides were walk on.
Yeah.
And when we were in line for a ride, there was markers every 6 feet.
There were markers. You knew where to stand. There were a few people that just kind of didn't pay attention.
Right.
Might get close to you, but very rarely.
Yeah, very rarely.
And
the cast members that were there, they were actually watching people, and they were please social distance. They were trying to help too.
Yeah, and before you go in the parks, you're gonna have to go through temperature check. You walk up, they shoot your forehead and look at it and tell you if you're good, how you to have a nice magical day, whatever.
And we really didn't.
And it was not a problem.
No, we didn't.
I run a high temperature anyway. Yeah. My temperature is always high because of just some medical issues. It never got past that point.
And we never got stuck in a huge line to get our temperatures taken going into the park. Because the way they've done it now, you have your temperature taken, then you go through a bag check, then you swipe your magic band or your card or whatever to get in the park.
And you don't get stuck in the bag check line either because they have new...
They have new scanners.
Yeah.
And,
so that wasn't a problem. And they kind of open the parks a little early so that you don't congregate out front like you used to. Yeah. They let you on into the parks. So that was great. And the park capacity, it was a major plus. The social distancing was good. And like I said, very few disobeyed those things.
What do you got next?
Oh, what have I got next? As I said, it's not the full experience. And so, in the pictures, we talked about that.
About cleaning. Because the park, we stayed at Pop Century. Our room was immaculate.
It was. The remote was wrapped in a plastic that said cleaned. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you had to wear a mask all the time at the resort too. Mm-hmm. Except if you were in the eating or in the pool.
Right.
Or at one of their bars.
Or obviously in your room.
Yeah, in your room. But, they had cast members that were walking around, spraying and cleaning with disinfectant.
It was, and in the parks even, you couldn't walk 20 feet before you ran into another hand sanitizer or one of the sinks.
Yeah, they have
foot pump sinks with soap. So I mean,
to wash your hands or just sanitize. On the ride, at the beginning of the ride, getting off the ride, they had Purell
sometimes through the queue. I saw.
So as far as cleaning, I mean, I did not feel at any time that I was in an unsafe environment that I could catch something. And it was Florida in July, and it's.
And Disney's trying.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no doubt that you can see that they are doing their best.
Right.
It's new for them too.
Yep.
This is all new for them too, and they're a business, okay? Yeah. Let's be honest, they're a business, and they need to make money. They've already cut projects that they were planning to do because they know the revenue is going to fall. So it's only... they're in their best interest to do their best to get people back there, and in order to do that, you have to feel safe.
Well, and
I did.
Yeah, and even in the bathrooms. I mean,
the bathrooms.
They had most of the bathrooms that I went into in the Magic Kingdom and the other parks. They actually had a person in there that was disinfecting after you wash your hands at the sink. Mm-hmm. And it was really nice to see that. All the bathrooms were really, really clean, and part of that is they went from having 100,000 people in Magic Kingdom to having 10 or 15,000. So
and the rides, they would if it was a roller coaster, They would spray it with stuff every
45 minutes or every 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And what they would do, they would spray it each car, and then they would run it. And so the ride would be shut down. So you may have a longer wait at times during the day.
But never too long.
No.
Never too long, because you know those things are kind of continuous.
Yeah.
So I will say that you need to think about this. If you decide you still want to go this year, a ticket is not enough. You must make a park reservation for the park that you want to get into. That was new for us, and as everybody else. And it's not. I'm sure it's easier now than it was for us, because we got them on the day they opened, and everybody was online. But it's going to take a little more planning and a little more time. So if you usually do it yourself, I think you can. But I also think it never hurts to have a little help with that thing. And so
we booked our trip through
Practically Perfect Travels.
Yeah, Tiffany Jackson.
Tiffany Jackson.
And we'll have that link in the description.
Yeah.
She was great.
She's great. She can help you. She understands the process beginning to end. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about in the parks a little bit more. So mobile ordering. Maybe I should start with, you know, you have to have My Disney Experience.
Yeah.
It's an app for your phone. And My Disney Experience is how you see your plans. It's how you make plans. You can make your reservations for dining. You can make, I don't even know, fast passes when there are fast passes.
There's no fast pass.
Which there are none right now.
The only ride queue that you have to get in virtual queue is for Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios. That's the only ride.
Spoiler, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's the only ride that they're actually accepting. It's called a virtual queue, and basically you get in the park in the morning, and you at 10 o'clock you try to join in, and you're put on a boarding group. But you have to do it through My Disney Experience. Yeah.
You can even unlock your door.
Yeah.
To your hotel room through My Disney Experience.
Bottom line is,
you have to have it in order to go around. And I say that to say this. So mobile order became a thing a while back. Mobile order is a great idea, and this is for quick service restaurants, not your sit down restaurants, but your fast food type restaurants. So mobile order is great anyway, but it is a must now. You have to mobile order, then you get a text that says go to this window,
food's being prepared,
or whatever.
It's done, go to this
on
window.
The app. Yeah. So mobile ordering is great, but I saw one problem with it. They need to make sure everybody knows you have to mobile order.
Right.
There needs to be signage out there. There needs to be announcements out there that says you have to mobile order to get your food. Because otherwise you got people right there in front of the place blocking the door, not social distanced, and they're all trying to get in to order food, which you can't do. And so they got people telling them, well then they're standing there trying to mobile order their food, and another family shows up and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you got a mobile order. And so they're standing there trying to get their food, another family shows up. So Disney's they've kind of dropped the ball on letting people know.
Like I said, we were at Pop Century, and they have, it's kind of a cafeteria setting for the food. They have different stations that have different food, and you go up to the counter. Normally, in a normal situation, you would walk up to the counter and tell them what you want, and you walk away and you pay for it, go through the register. But now you have to pre-order, mobile order, and then when it's done, they have it bagged up or trayed up, and if there's room inside, you can eat inside.
But they also, their cafeteria is also with their gift shop.
Right, and what it was, people, they didn't know which line was mobile order and which line was for the gift shop, and they had people backed up. You know, that, and the lobby for Pop Century is huge. It's probably a block long, and they had people lined up for a block waiting to get food, and it always happened every night after the park's closed. And
they were waiting to get in to order food.
Right.
When they should have mobile ordered
it, just waited until it said it was ready and walked up and showed the girl. So mobile ordering is a must. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You have to mobile order food. And,
so definitely check into that. Yeah. But Disney should be putting out there, and in the parks too. I mean, it was just not convenient.
But then there's also,
if you didn't know.
There's also places in the park you don't have to. Like we got hot fudge sundaes and snacks at Storybook
Treats.
Okay. Well, that's someplace you don't have to. It's a building. Don't have food. It's a building, but it's a walk-up window. But they treat that more like a cart.
It's because it's not food.
It's a snack.
It's
they
just have snacks. So you don't mobile order those kind of things, obviously.
Yeah.
So it just. Disney dropped the ball on making sure people understood how to place an order.
And with this, a lot of places are closing at 10 o'clock.
Everything closes at 10 o'clock. Let's just be honest.
Because we went to get dinner at the Wave on our last night there, and Hunter had an appetizer, but he really wanted McDonald's. So we didn't get out of there until 15 till 10 for dinner, and
the McDonald's on property.
Yeah, the McDonald's on the property there closed at 10, and we didn't make it.
Everything, even one of the speedways closed at 10.
And and Pop Century, they closed at 10.
All the food courts closed at 10.
So if you're going to eat, you better eat prior to 10 o'clock.
We were at the Wave, and we were at the Contemporary, and it was almost 10 till, and I thought, well, we can try Contempo Cafe.
We were going to order a pizza.
But, they were closing at 10 as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, parks are staggering. They're opening and closing by an hour, each park.
But they're only open 10 hours a day, no matter which park it is.
And by 10 o'clock, everything's wrapped up.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much, it's not like the old days when you were ordering pizzas at midnight.
Yeah. But we really think that Pop Century could have done a better job
I don't think
letting people, or probably all of the resorts. We weren't in any.
I don't even think resort. I'm thinking parks too. I mean, people did not know this across the board.
Yeah, they could have did a better job educating people on you've got to mobile order unless it's a snack cart.
And if you've never mobile ordered, don't be afraid of that.
Yeah,
because when things go back to normal, you're gonna want to mobile order. Because you literally choose what you want. Click, when you get there, you click, I'm here. And then they prepare your food and send you a thing saying, come to window 2 and pick it up. You got all these people waiting in line to order, and you're like walking up there and grabbing your food.
Yeah. And one other thing with the food, they're not doing refills.
Yeah.
Like there's Pecos Bills. The place that had the big buffet.
There.
Of course, anything with a buffet.
Flame Tree Barbecue, we ate there.
Anything with a buffet, they're not doing the buffet.
Oh, right. But nobody is, right? Nobody.
So, but we found out, you order a $3 or $4 Coke, in a fountain Coke.
You can't go get in line for a refill.
And they won't give you, they don't do refills. So, you're paying $4 a Coke.
But I will say, I did find it really neat. The parks are now putting in the filler stations for bottles.
Water bottle. Yeah,
so that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. So if you buy one water at the beginning of the day, you can fill it. Now, granted, they're not everywhere yet.
Right.
They're very sparse. Each park has one, and that's awesome. I think Galaxy's Edge may have 2, but it's new. And so as things are changing, they will be adding those, I'm sure. And that helps. You used to be able to walk up to a window and say, I'd like a ice water, and you would get it for free in a cup. No problem. You can't do that now because you can't walk up to that window.
Right.
So as the filling stations become more prevalent, that'll also help.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, straws.
Oh yeah.
So this was our first time going to Disney with paper straws. That's what you get.
They mandate
it's okay.
paper straws.
I mean, I get it. Save the turtles.
Yeah.
The environment. I get that. Yay. But what a problem that was for me. Like the first day, my first paper straw even broke in half. All I was doing was drinking a lemonade slushie. You can't down those things. So anyway, paper straws are just not easy to use. So I would recommend taking a straw with you, a metal straw, aluminum, whatever it is. Because I have I guess they're stainless steel, aren't they? With my tumbler, and so throw that in your backpack.
Yeah. Take
your straw. You can rinse it out at the sinks or wherever, and have it all day. So yeah, there was one restaurant we ate at that had wax covered straws, and that was nice. But that's not the normal. So yeah, I think that's really all about food for now.
I've got one thing about Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
We did add Animal Kingdom to our trip. Initially, we were only going for 3 days, and we did add Animal Kingdom. We love the safari, but to me, the safari was not as enjoyable because, one, you had to wear your mask, which you can't get around that. But what they did initially, they put plastic dividers on the back of each seat. So you're sandwiched in a little cocoon, but you still have to wear your mask.
Yeah.
But looking through that plastic, there's really not a whole lot of view.
So really, your view is here?
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah, and it's a space really, about that wide.
If you're in the middle, it's not even that great. Hunter was between us, and he had to look around us. Right. Greg's over here filming, I'm over here with my camera. Yeah. So, I mean, it's my favorite. I mean, it really is my favorite, the safari.
And it's just little things like that at Disney that have changed, that change the experience at Disney.
We only did the safari one time because of that.
Yeah.
And usually we would have
we
done
do it
that
2 or 3 times a day at least.
It's just, you know, it was hard to see anything through that. Yeah. Now the guide was very knowledgeable. Oh, yeah. She was great, and I enjoyed that. But
like the cast members, she said the guide. All the cast members were great.
Gosh.
We did not speak to one cast member that was short or felt like we were inconveniencing them.
They were so happy to be back to work, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's the way I felt. That they were happy to be there. They were happy we were there. Even when they had to get on you, oh, your mask.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we understand. Everybody's trying to get used to this. I mean, they were just, you still get top service everywhere you are on property.
Every cast member we had to deal with, whether it was at the parks, the hotel, Disney Springs, restaurants.
Oh, our servers at the restaurants were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for more when it came to the cast members. Okay, I do have a couple things that have changed with the resort. So we forgot, since the last time we were there, the resorts now charge parking fees.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So when we got there the first day, Greg's like, Disney put a hold for $100 on our credit card. Okay. Why'd they do that? We've paid everything up front. Usually in the past, we've swiped our magic bands. We get a bill
at the end of the trip. When we check out.
They charge that, and we're good. So we put a $100 hold, and we didn't know why. So we got a printout of everything. So it's $14 and something, and then
$14.09,
and then 90 cents
91 cents tax.
So $15.
Yeah, $15 a day for parking.
For parking. Now, I get that. That's nothing new for resorts. A lot of resorts do that. Disney just started. But why make you feel like you're paying for something more? Why not just go ahead and add that? You know how long we're going to be there. You've known since February how long we're going to be there. Add it into the price of the package. I don't feel like I'm being nickeled and dimed to death. I'm paying you what you want anyway. I don't know. It just seemed rough. Because once you get close to that $100,
then they
hold another $100. Yeah. And in the end, they ended up charging the full amount we spent
before,
because we only swiped our magic bands twice.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
And so we got to that 100, they held another 100, but then in the end, before they released the 200, or our bank released the 200, I don't know which, they ended up charging the amount that we did spend, with the hold still there.
Yeah.
So it was a little inconvenient. Luckily, you know when you go to Disney, you gotta have bank. Let me just be honest. Extra money, and so you don't want to be living on a shoestring budget. Right. You have to really save. We have to save, and luckily we weren't.
Speaking about saving, this is the first trip we have done that we did not use the dining plan.
Yeah.
And we won't use the dining plan again.
I don't think we will.
Because we had so much food credits left over the first 2 times, and we ate a lot, and we still had food credits left over. But we went,
snacks home.
when we initially booked this trip, it was going to be about $500, I think, for the 3 of us to eat for 3 days. And then we did some research and where we're going to eat and where would we eat and how much would we spend here if we ate here. And it was going to be a lot less, and it ended up being a lot less. Now we ate at the Wave, which is a sit down restaurant.
Yeah.
We ate at Art Smith's Homecoming.
Sit down.
Homecoming.
These are places we wouldn't have eaten on the meal plan, because when we eat on the meal plan, we eat quick service.
Right.
Because we stay at Value Resorts.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We eat quick service. So we wouldn't have had these experiences. So we traded a bunch of quick service meals and snacks.
Basically, yeah.
For being able to eat at a couple sit downs, because it's so hot. I don't know about you, but I don't like to eat a lot when it's hot. And I don't like a lot of sweets when it's hot. So the snacks, I didn't miss the snacks. Don't get us wrong. I had my citrus swirl. He had his Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Premium Mickey bars, you know. We had a couple, but at the same time we didn't have a lot, and I didn't miss them.
Right.
Before I felt like I had to eat them.
We ate better
than
we would have had we had the meal plan.
Yeah.
Now, we spent a bunch of money on bottled water and bottled pops, because bottled water is $4 a bottle, and a bottle of Coke is almost $5 a bottle. And we spent a bunch of money on that.
I don't think we spent as much as we did the first year.
No, not the first year, but
because we went.
But it was more expensive than we went.
But we also took water with us to the hotel.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to buy there, and again, I didn't realize till close to the end about the filling stations.
Yeah.
Had I realized that, I would have refilled my water bottle when I got it. But yeah, so that's something. I know a lot of people take their own water bottles into this. But again, also in the past you've been able to get free water from counter service places. So, but that resort parking was a problem, and the hold on your bank account. I want to talk about where we were talking about money and how much we've spent. Let's just explain. If you are a Chase Bank person, you should definitely look into getting the Disney Visa Chase, debit or credit card. Either one. Right. It's very, it saves.
It's in select gift shops, purchases over $50.
And
restaurants. Purchases over $50, you save 10%. So the Wave, we saved 10% on our meal. When Hunter got his lightsaber and all the toys and bells and whistles that go with that in Hollywood Studios, we got 10% off that. So it's a money saver. And normally when they do meet and greets too, I know the first time that we went, when they were doing meet and greets, you got a free picture courtesy of Chase Debit.
At a special meet and greet that nobody else went to except people that had Disney Visa.
Right. So you might want to look into that. Yep.
Just a side note.
And the last thing I have, we do these vlogs. And this is the first one we've done at Disney. Take camera batteries, because the heat really takes down the capacity of the batteries. And I've got 3 batteries. We have a little Canon G7X Mark II, which we love, by the way.
It's really good in low light, as I think you'll see in the upcoming vlogs.
Yeah. But it's a really nice camera, but I had 3 batteries, and that did not get me all day. So if you've got a point and shoot camera that takes battery, it's hotter. It's going to take more batteries.
Yep.
So, but that's just something on a side note,
So we had a great time. Yeah.
We've got there'll be a vlog from each park, starting with Animal Kingdom, which will go up probably Sunday, and then. Well, this one's going up now, so that'll be up. And then I think what we're going to do is probably the next park will go up on Wednesday or Thursday, and then Sunday.
So you are going to do a weekly. You're going to go ahead and...
Yeah, and we'll get all 4 out for you and show you what's going on, because it's really, you need to see what's going on there. And
especially if you're making a decision.
Right, if you're making a decision to go. So we're going to get those vlogs out for you, and we hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, so now Hunter is going to show you his haul.
Yeah.
It was his birthday, so he did get a few things. Plus he had graduation cards. Right. People had gotten him Disney cards for graduation and his birthday and stuff. So he's going to show you what all we came home with.
Melinda came home with that.
Came home with my hat, which I absolutely love. A little warm to wear in the park, so it's not in any of the pictures. But I look forward to wearing it around here with my little Mickey, wherever he is. So, yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We hope this helps. We'll put all the links in the description to everything we talked about, if there's a link.
If you have a question, please leave it in the comments below, and we will get back to you.
Yeah, we will get an answer for you and get back with you. Okay.
Right. Hey everybody, we're back from Disney World, and I'm here at the dining room table doing the haul video. Starting off with the pins, because I like the trading pins I've got. We've got 2 of the special 2020 Magic Kingdom and Epcot. They were buy one get one free where it's dated. After that we have the pins I got at Magic Kingdom. I forgot which one I got. Got the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. You can see the train actually rocks back and forth like in the ride. Next up is this pin, not specifically Magic Kingdom. It actually is all the parks in it. Mickey's thinking about which one to do today. Next up is Epcot. Only got 1 pin from there. It's a Figment. Well, actually got 2 pins. First is the Figment pin. Next up is the limited edition pin, where Epcot has the 12 or so symbols currently. They made a series of special collector's edition pins. This one is for Spaceship Earth. Next up is Hollywood Studios. First is this Black Spire Outpost pin with the 2 crossed lightsabers. And next is this locket. It's got the skyline of Black Spire Outpost. When you open it up, it's got just a shot of the marketplace. You can actually see, I don't know if you can see, but it's got Chewbacca, Rey, R2, and C-3PO. Then on the inside, it just says Black Spire Outpost. Getting near the end, we have just a simple Animal Kingdom. Got Timon, Pumbaa, Simba, and Zazu walking in front of the Tree of Life. This one, got it at the hotel with the 2020 Mickey pins. Sugar Skull Imperial Stormtrooper. This one we got for a family friend.
Which one is it?
It's the Hercules pin with Hercules and Pegasus. That's all for the new pins. Now, Disney also has a trading pin thing where you can just get bags of pins, go to the different shopkeepers or cast members, and trade pins with them. And like that special Epcot pin from earlier, they have a Hidden Mickey series of Epcot pins that I've been trying to collect for 2 trips now. This one finished off the first set for me. It's the rare Chaser pin. I got 4 out of 6 of the newer series.
What are the Chaser pins?
The Chaser pins are just a new, different styled version of a pin from a normal series.
Are they all colorless?
Yeah, they are just all gray. I actually got the Chaser pin for the new Epcot series as well. On our last day when I was right before the park closed. For other pins I got Old Man Obi-Wan as a Tsum Tsum. Got just I think it's a blind bag pin, but I found it on a board. It's an Imperial TIE Fighter. It says TIE Pilot, Imperial Navy. The Rebel symbol or the Resistance symbol. I'm not sure which since they look so similar. And finally for pins, I got this Aladdin and Jasmine in a heart. So pins out of the way. before we get into all this good stuff, Mom got herself a pair of socks. Or Dad got Mom a pair of socks. They're Wookiee socks, look like Chewbacca. Actually, have a little pocket right there. And a little pocket right there. And then we also picked up this. My brother said he wanted a Dole Whip, so we brought him one. I don't think this is what he meant. And then along with that, I got 2 sets of the Olga's Cantina coasters, 2 full sets, and other sets upstairs. They just have different designs on it. Some axes, Rancor. My mind is drawing a blank, but I drank milk from it. And then this. They actually say on the back, Olga's Cantina. Some other stuff from Galaxy's Edge. Thermal detonator, Sprite, and Coke.
Only available at
Black Spire Outpost.
Yeah.
They look like the thermal detonators. All the font is done in the similar style to the written language in Star Wars Orvesh. Nutrition facts and everything, just in that style. Next up is this, the Jedi Holocron. Nice set piece. It is a sort of dictionary or source, just a source of knowledge. You can turn it on, and when it doesn't have anything in it, you press on it.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret
You
to
hear
report that both our Jedi
Obi-Wan.
Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
It says that line from Obi-Wan from the Revenge of the Sith. And I'm not going to show here for time, but I also got some Kyber crystals for the custom lightsaber, which I unfortunately wasn't able to make this time. But they don't only work with lightsabers. If you put one in a holocron, it'll say a different line. It'll say different lines from a certain character. This one will give me the lines from Ahsoka Tano from Clone Wars. And this blue one I got is Old Man Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope. Set that over here. It also came with a fancy, nice Black Spire Outpost bag, which had the charging cord. It can hold the holocron, charging cord. You can probably fit a Kyber crystal or 2 in there. And this. I also picked up a belt clip for the lightsaber. Just something you can put on. It just pinches onto your belt to your hip. You can slide the lightsaber down in there. Speaking of lightsabers, this is a carrying case for the Jedi Temple Guard lightsaber.
Now tell them why you bought this one instead of building one.
Well, fun fact, Savi's workshop currently not working right. Savi, he had to go get some more material, and with the current circumstances, it's a bit hard for him to get back. So Doc Ondars is showing all the legacy lightsabers in there.
What all do they include?
The legacy lightsabers are just the characters from the shows and movies.
And they're pre-built.
They're pre-built. So as you can see here, the Temple Guard, a nice white and gold. There's the belt clip from earlier. It goes down in there, and it's sturdy in there. This is made of metal, has some weight to it. And depending on the legacy lightsaber you get, for obvious reasons, it has a different color.
Now, when you bought those, were they together or were they separate?
The lightsaber and the blade were 2 different prices. This is the $45 blade. It's 26 inches. There is a $50 blade. I think it's 10 inches bigger. And this color lightsaber, to go with the nice white and gold, is yellow. And it just snaps down in there. You turn it, and it makes a nice sound when you pull the blade out. Get this back in there. Last bit of stuff I got.
Wait, you also got the desktop holder.
Right, I left that upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Got a nice stand. It'll just prop this up for just
Metal.
Metal, yeah.
Very well built as a display stand.
Yeah. Now the last bit of stuff I got wasn't in a park. It was actually at Disney Springs. We went back there after Animal Kingdom. I'll tell you this, it was crazy. I got the Zori Bliss Y-Wing Microfighter. The Lego Microfighters are just small versions of the ships. They come with one character, in this case, Zori Bliss from Moving On. And they usually just come with an accessory. She came with 2 pistols. They're upstairs. I also got Kylo Ren's shuttle, which came with mini Kylo Ren in his helmet, his lightsaber, and then his shuttle has stud shooters, which I'm not going to do because I'll lose them right now. Besides those, I bought 4 of the Lego blind bags just to see what I would get. Got a llama person, a pirate girl, karate boy, NASA girl. And the last thing I got was what they call a Lego extra pack, and it's just extra set decoration pieces. In this case, I bought the ocean pack, which came with stuff like a shark, the parrot, a barrel, a treasure chest, a treasure map. Just a bunch of different stuff for a sea theme build. Actually came with a fish too that I've been keeping in the shark. Now the shark doesn't want to let it go. I think that's everything though for the haul. Thanks for watching. Just all the videos and this one too. I don't know where this is going to be cut in. But thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, rate 5 stars, share on everything, and tune back in for the next video, whatever that'll be.
Hey guys, so Hunter just showed you our haul from Disney, but he forgot to include baby Elsa here. She's an Animators Collection Elsa that the animators do. They take the princess and they try to make her younger, what they think she would have looked like. Of course, we see baby or young Elsa in the movie, so we kind of have an idea what she looked like. We got this special for my cousin's little girl, Ashlyn. And Ashlyn is 4 years old. She has neuroblastoma cancer. And she's been in and out of the hospital. She's had a surgery. She has other things coming up. And it's just going to be a rough road for the whole family. And we wanted to get Ashlyn something special while we were there. So we picked this up for her. But you can find, if you can find it in your heart to join us in praying for her every day, for the doctors, the family, and for the pain that Ashlyn is experiencing. We would really appreciate that. If you find it in your heart and you could give, Ashlyn has a GoFundMe page. You'll find the link below. And you can find information on Ashlyn at Hope for Ashlyn Hope on Facebook. Thank you guys.